Hi, just a short video here on the trading opportunities that were set up today in the indexes after some large drops last week, and definitely we're going to see some reversion. So the first place that I went and had a look at the data today was through the VIX, and here we see this is end of day Friday data. We've had a very large buy of puts or sell of the VIX, and we've had a lot of profit taking in the money call options. This is the out of the money put options, which is the standard go-to trade for the VIX. So that set us up looking for opportunities. If I just go back to here to the ES or the NQ, we can see that we've had quite a build here. This is in the 30-minute, quite a build of tightening into the day. If we have a look at that setup a little bit closer, here in the 3 minutes, we can see, here in the 30 minutes, we can see how that has tightened up really close in. As we look at the open, we've had two great trades. The open was obviously the big one. All afternoon going into the open, all morning going into the open, we've had this build. We've had this is in the irregular liquidity, which irons out some of this top and bottom of the lit market and the unlit markets, and we can see by the time we've hit the open here, 9:36, it's green. There's none of this remaining heavier, looser liquidity. It's all tightened up. The trade was an incredible trade. The trade was an 8% trade, which if you can hang on and trade it in 3 minutes, you can see that it really at no stage during that period had it started to go red. If we looked at a timer, a smaller time, here in the minute, we can see that as it's run through in the time lag, we can see it's bounced around, and there's been the odd moment where the trade might be starting to look like it was long in the tooth, and even that you're into 4%, but it did set up a really lovely flag, which we saw traded through in AMC and some other names like that. And then if you're up around here, you're getting very greedy if you've hung on that for that long and you've got any sort of leverage going in. The trade could be seen in several other places. If I just go back to the 3 minute in the liquidity, if we went through, it wasn't so obvious today in the CFDs. The CFDs definitely had this tightening going in, and we can see them dropping and tightening, but I just felt that they got a little bit lost in the mud. They're generally traded by the Europeans, and maybe there was a consensus there that the trading might have been a little bit different. The NQ and the ES, both of the index mini futures by CME, gave us this beautiful setup of really strong depth and well worth trading. And then into the close, we saw something similar. But if we just look at the VIX here, we can see that the VIX has gone into this period of red. It's been bouncing all around, but as we've come into the open here, it's really hit the ceiling, and it's stayed red for a long period. Even though it's bounced around, it's really taken a while to work it out. Again, then, if we just have a quick look at the close here, as we approach the close, this is later into the day. It had jumped around a little bit, but we've hit this red level again, and there's been a little bit of ricocheting around. If we were then looking at trading it in one of the indexes, we can see that we've had this beautiful tightening through the day, and really the trade is the last 10 minutes as people are closing their option positions for the day. We can get a Vanna or a Gamma, a little bit of a squeeze as positions are being bought back by market makers of any of the longer dated options. So we can see it's really gone green, and then it's given us the heads up as we've gone into the dark markets, into the Globex, into the Asia markets, into the close. So again, this was a much smaller trade, but if you'd missed the earlier trade because you're still finding your feet this morning after the weekend, it was a 1.8 trade. Very safe little trade. It's going to be wonderful trading for the next few days. If the market keeps down here for a while there's some new decisions of which items which tickers we're going to trade over the next few days, the indexes will be bouncing around and giving us some really good instances of when trades have been set for the day. I hope that you've enjoyed that quick video from Naked Delta on our liquidity indicators and also on our data for reading options in a linear time series format. Thank you very much. Have a good week's trading.